Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. How you doing? All right, been a busy day today. Cowboys making moves, getting their staff and stuff together. They, you'll remember, tragically, we lost Marcus Paul, a guy who was literally my age during the season. He was our strength and conditioning coach, and a guy who I thought did a great job for the Cowboys. You'll remember, before he got here, we were like hamstring central, literally. We had more pulled hamstrings than I think you could shake a stick at. And that seemed to be reduced once Marcus Paul took over. And so today, they've named their new strength and conditioning coach. And they promoted Harold Nash Jr. Harold Nash was the strength and conditioning coach for the Lions 2016 to 2018. And before that, he was New England's, I think, from 2011 to 2016. So he's got experience, lots of experience, with being that strength guy. Before that, he was a Canadian Football League star as a DB. So there's that. And of course, I'm still here working in the workshop because I got racks I got to do. So that's it. Harold Nash Jr. hired as strength coordinator, or promoted. So he was already on our staff. And I think that's a good thing. We're getting this thing together. Right there, these are the two for Derek. He's got a spice rack and he's got a hat rack. And then this one is going to be a pop rack. Pop figures. Pop figures ones. And then I got some other ones over there. I got two Washington ones over there that I got some two-faced ones and some different ones. So we're going to keep on working, and we'll let you know about any other hirings that we have. Miss Jackie asked me a question that I don't have a response for, because we have some coaches that may be kind of in limbo. For example, Leon Lett. Leon Lett was on our defensive line coach, and he kind of fell out of favor a bit because of what happened with the defensive line. But I'm curious who's going to be the one to tell the big cat that, hey, your services may not be used. I don't think I'd want to be that guy. We also have Al Harris, like in defensive backfield, okay? Al Harris, who of course was a player for Mike McCarthy and stuff, was brought in to work in the secondary, and well, the secondary, we'll say, left a lot to be desired. However, one thing, I wish I actually had the stats in front of me, and I wish I could remember off the top of my head, but one thing that will actually make you feel pretty good is we may not be as far away on the defense as it may have looked back in the early part of the season. Diggs, who got a trial by fire, Diggs actually, his ratings from when he came back on the season were actually really, really good. Now, some of that may be the competition we played. We weren't playing exactly great teams, but you could see him definitely maturing as the season went on. And that's a good thing, because then you look at it and say, okay, maybe we're not quite as far away as we think we are. And I think that maybe through free agency, I think that we can get some help. If we can get one or two really good players, not bullshit players like we've been doing, that I think we're going to be okay as far as the defense turning it around with having as many picks as we have in the draft. So let me wash this real quick before this stuff gets hard. I'm actually really happy that the Cowboys are in a hurry to get the staff together because first you have to figure out who's going to be here, and then you have to start developing an identity. And I'm afraid that last year we did not have an identity on this team, on this defense whatsoever. We didn't really have that guy that was really the team leader that could really be the battle cry, have the battle cry and lead these men through war. And I think a lot of that was because of the pandemic. We hired, Mike Nolan, and, people really didn't get a chance. I know you're doing Zoom calls, but Zoom calls, they ain't the same as actually having guys there. I'm happy that they're getting the staff together to start developing before you start bringing players in. And you won't really start having off-season workouts until, I think, April 5th for new coaching staffs and the 18th for existing staffs. So you've got time to start figuring out what is it that we want to do. What are the type of guys that we want to get, okay? Are we looking for guys that can play the run? Yes, for Christ's sake, we're looking for guys that can play the run. Are we looking for guys that can be shut down corners? Yes, we need shut down corners. Are we looking for a center fielder at safety? Yes, we're looking for a center fielder. And so you have to look and say, who on this team can make the changes that we're looking for on this defense, which is going to be a more aggressive defense that's going to come after you, that's going to be fast and physical, and where do we need to go? Because here's the thing, guys. I know we sit there thinking like, oh, we got so much time. No, we don't. Because do you realize that come the 23rd of February, literally a month and 3 days from today, teams will start franchise tagging players. And you got only 2 weeks to decide that. So by by March 7th, you have to know if you're franchise tagging somebody and who you're planning on keeping, because come the 15th, that's when people are actually able to start getting those free agents. And you need to figure out which guys you need to protect on this team. Because we have a lot of guys in the secondary that are free agents that do we think that we can convert these guys, that maybe they're playing in the wrong system, that we can do something with them? Or do you need to say, we need to start looking at these people over here? And so you have to identify those guys. Then you got to figure out how we going to pay for them. They got a lot of work to do in really about a month's worth of time. Month and a half before free agency starts. But still, it's not much time. All right, y'all. I wasn't expecting to do this now. I was going to talk about who's in better shape, the Eagles or the Cowboys. I guess we'll have that discussion later. All right, peace.